Welcome back to another tropical outlook and discussion for today, September 25. Here we are talking about Hurricane Helene. This has become a major category 4 potential into Florida, but that's not the only thing we're talking about. Yes, we're talking about a big system, probably the biggest one of the season, but we are talking about now two other areas. This one has quickly gone up. Invest 99L and Invest 98L. So we're going to be taking a look at satellite on Helene and on these two Invest. We're going to be short on that. But the major thing here is going to be Helene. So I'm going to start out with 99L and look at this and why they think it might be having a potential. It's because of the convection. Yes, there is some pretty good convection on it and trying to withstand. This could become a tropical system, but I have a gut feeling this will not because how far it's getting into the subtropics. But that is not the only area we are watching. We are watching especially Invest 98L. And this one is honestly just a wave right now, nothing too big, with a low-level center, more like a mid-level center, trying to develop into a low-level center. This one, I do think has a possibility of formation. This will be the I name storm. But besides that, here we are really watching out for something big. You can tell some more convection towards the end. But yes, those are the two other areas. But here it is, 973, 85 mile an hour winds. Hurricane Helene has been steadily dropping in pressure and slowly but surely organizing. Yes, rapid intensification is supposed to happen, and I know people are probably like, I don't know, man. Now you guys keep saying it's going to become a major hurricane and all that, but it keeps having these dry air intrusions. All I'm going to say is this is nothing as bad. One thing you can tell and easily notice here in the mesoscale, we are once again coming back with some of these brighter colors. We are starting to see, as of nightfall, we are seeing some convection bands really be developing on the southern side, on this side, and we're even seeing it on the northern western eye wall, and even we're starting to see signs of an eye wall on the mesoscale feature. That's pretty unique. And then we have a lot of these banding features of convection really trying to wrap around. So my question is, with these two spiraling convection spree, could we see an eye form? All we need with this system is an eye to form, and this will easily take off. Okay, it happens every single time in rapid intensification. I do think it is attempting an eye wall, but I don't think it's just there yet. What is going to happen, we will need a bit more convection to continue to wrap around, and maybe we can start seeing that. And maybe that is an explanation why we haven't seen Category 2 or hurricane force winds. I think this would have had a shot now to become a Category 2, but I think where this storm is at and what position it is, yes, we are seeing some hurricane force winds up to 80 to 85 miles an hour, but nothing stronger, and I kind of expected a 90 or higher type system as of right now. And I still think this could easily make that comeback and easily beat the odds. All it needs to do is continue to develop convection, and this plane over here is still out. So I'm wondering, maybe in the last few, when they do this and this, we might start seeing some stronger winds. I wouldn't be surprised if we do find 90 or so with some of that deep thunderstorm convection, because that will help the winds to be more enhanced. We are currently finding about 65 miles an hour in the outer bands. This is a very, very large system. We have been finding consistency about 80 to 85 mile an hour winds sustained with gust a little bit higher. But all I'm going to say is we are really going to have to watch Helene. This has become a major problem. Alright, and let's go into Helene here. And let's just go into the warnings and, yeah. Look at this is not even all the warnings, but look how big the wind field is. And I'm expecting the hurricane force winds to move out. But look how big this wind field. This wind field is already now reaching Key West. It's even reaching almost into central Cuba with tropical storm force, and even into Cancun quite a bit, and especially on the northern side. This is a very large wind field, and I do think the reds will eventually be bulging out like this here, and these tropical storm force, I do think that will happen, but this storm is most likely to do this, or maybe go a little bit more north, or maybe this actually goes a little bit more west. There is still a possibility that Tampa could be absolutely crushed by this system. And I think everyone in this path will be getting crushed. I'm not saying no one's going to get crushed at all, because if we take a look at the cone, yeah, you see what I see? We are seeing a lot and a lot of warnings here. In the red, we have hurricane warnings. And I love this new thing the National Hurricane Center did with this new cone. But this is crazy that the whole state of Georgia and South Carolina here is under tropical storm warnings. Remember, this storm is making potentially a landfall somewhere in here, right? And we have hurricane warnings all the way into central Georgia. And then we got tropical storm warnings all the way into Tennessee and North Carolina. So that tells me, yeah, this is not just going to be a coastal issue. This is going to be an entire Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, and even Tennessee. It is quite shocking. We are seeing probably still a 45-mile-an-hour storm still in Tennessee by Friday afternoon. That is mind-blowing. So that means major damage, even way more inland than any casual system. Alright, that really caught me off guard. If we be looking at the rainfall totals, yeah, you could be looking at in general across the Florida's coast 2 to 4, maybe 4 to 6, just depends with the bands. But where this is going to be making landfall, 12 to 16 inches. And, into Georgia, Alabama, South Carolina, North Carolina, you are easily seeing 4 to 6. We even have 6 to 8. And we even have 8 to 12. And then in the Appalachian Mountains here, we are actually seeing potentially 20 to 30 inches of rain in spots. And this actually goes all the way into Tennessee. Little Rock could actually see 1 to 2 inches. Like, this is bringing major impacts all the way into Atlanta, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, Tennessee, Kentucky even. Alright, this is just very crazy for how large this is. And for that, this is why they have high flood potentials here. And this all the way goes up to southern PA. So this is going to be a huge rainmaker, and we even have a high risk. So that is very concerning. But the worst thing I would say is the storm surge. I don't think Florida has seen a storm surge of this in a very long time. Yes, you are reading that. 15 to 20 inches, 20 feet, you guys. That is surpass a one-story house. Okay, even for a two-story house, the second floor is completely flooded with quite a few feet in the second floor. That's a lot of storm surge, and you have to include the waves, the impacts, and the worst thing about this, it's going to be a nighttime landfall, so the worst impacts. But even besides this 15 to 20, we still got 10 to 15 all the way in Chashulia. And then this river, 8 to 12. Tampa Bay, 5 to 8. That could trend maybe a little bit more. I wouldn't be surprised, maybe 10, 11, 12. Even 4 to 7 all the way down here. 3 to 5. There, even Florida Keys seeing about 1 to 3. 10 to 15, 6 to 10 in Apalachicola. I mean, this is just crazy. And even in the Georgia, South Carolina, and northern Florida's East Coast, you're expecting up to at least 1 to 3 feet. So that is, once again, just very crazy to me, and just, just, just unbelievable. All right. So we take a look at the storm surge risk, and yeah, you can definitely tell this is the greater than 9 feet above. So this is 9 feet of storm surge. This is only for 9 feet. So in these areas that are expecting 15, expect all of that blue to be greater than 1 foot, greater than 9 feet. I mean, wow. This is crazy. Look at all these areas are going to be impacted. I mean, this is going to go even further inland. Okay? That's a very big concerning thing. So, now let's stop taking a look at the National Hurricane Center. Let's just take a little re-update on the satellite imagery, because, yes, satellite imagery is very crucial, because this will depend if we are going to be seeing RI or not. And I am afraid to say it is most likely going to happen. And yeah, very crazy. So what I'm seeing on the latest microwave imagery is we have a closed core now, once again. And this is going to be very interesting going into the next coming hours to see what happens with this core. And with a deepening low pressure and deeper convection, yes, this could be going through RI in the next few hours. And I do think that's very possible. This is the latest update on the recon. We are finding very strong tropical storm force winds very far out. That's another thing I would like to mention. They are doing another pass in this. You can tell 973 here. This is about moving north here. So that is pretty crazy to me. This is not updated, so I'm just going to make sure and see if it did not. And yeah, it hasn't updated on weather.nerds. But we do have a radar here, and I like to take a little bit look of a radar here as this updates. Alright, we're just gonna let that do that. And we're gonna take a look at some of the models, okay? So, let's see how NAM 3KM is. I'm not trying to use it for strength, so take everything with a grain of salt on the NAM. I mean, yeah, nope, that's not happening. Yeah, this 880 stuff ain't happening, but wow. Look at all of this rain, even into Tennessee. I mean, we are talking about a 970 millibar storm all the way up in northern Georgia. This is just crazy to me. Total accumulations is just where the rainfall totals I'm trying to get at, and yeah, this is very possible here. Across the entire state of Tennessee, 2 to 6 inches, where this is more likely at least a foot of rain. Okay, yes, I said it, a foot of rain. But let's take a look at some of the hurricane models here, and this is going to be a very interesting. And yeah, wow. 919 on the HERF. This is a possible solution on the model. All I'm going to say, it is indicating that this is a 960, but then a 963 actually keeps it at this strength all the way until, okay, this is very interesting on the HERF. 963. Yes, I know this is a 973, but it indicated that this will pause in rapid intensification until about 11, and then once again quickly go into RI. That's very interesting to me right there, that the HERF picked up on that, and I can definitely see that now playing out because yes, it's 10 millibars more, but this can easily catch up. You can tell some deep thunderstorm convection, and wow, that's just a monster of an eye. We take a look at the HMON here. This is another very crucial model, and yeah, you can definitely see the pressures in the 920s. Question is, will the wind catch up? And to me, this looks like this will be strengthening all the way up to landfall. And it looks like right now an 8 o'clock tomorrow or 11 p.m. In that time frame or midnight will be a landfall. So I am projecting a live stream. I am, if not, I will be on Pat's Path Predictor with him. But yes, that is the plan. Alright, these hurricane models, very aggressive into the 920s or lower. So I want to really indicate that there. And I know you guys might say, I don't know about that. And yes, I don't know either. But I think the chances are possible. Just depends what happens in the next few hours, too. Let's look at some other things. We have the ocean heat content, very there. We got radar, and yeah, very interesting. We are starting to see once again that eye trying to develop better core here. So the core has become better organized, and if we take a look at the latest thinking here, yeah, pretty good core. We got that structure, the eye wall structure, so I do think that will help intensification. But I think that honestly wraps this video up here. I will be going live with Pat's Path Predictor, so please check out his channel. And thank you guys for everyone coming to my channel too and checking me out and giving me a chance. We are 1 subscriber away from 150 subscribers. I appreciate all the love and support and all of you guys just watching, taking some time out of your day to just see my channel and stuff. But